Sounds like we weren't a part of the first.
Love to our 100th birthday celebration. I'd like to welcome all the current employees, the former employees that are here, your families. It's great to have you, and also the customers and suppliers that are visiting us. Really, just welcome to all our dear friends. There's one other special welcome that I'd like to make, and that's to the Larry Schaub family. Is the Larry Schaub family under the tent right now? Do we have them here close? They're back there in the back. Larry's daughter and son-in-law. A special thanks to Larry Schaub. Larry worked here for over 55 years. And when you go inside and do the tour, for those that haven't done it yet, you'll see the Larry Schaub Service Board. And the reason we dedicated that service board to Larry is his exceptional commitment to this company, working 55 years in the 216-year history of Bruker Industries. Larry's the longest serving employee that ever existed. So a big round of applause, please, for Larry Schaub and his family here. So, who are we and why are we here today? We're here to celebrate Bruker Hydraulics' 100th anniversary. But there's a lot more to that story. It's a long story, but I'm going to try to make it short. The reality is it started back in 1807, 216 years ago. That's a long time. Heinrich Bruker opened a little blacksmith shop in a town in Switzerland called Niederwingen. And I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. But a little town in Switzerland started the beginning of what is Bruker Industries. Today, Bruker Industries has grown to a public company in Switzerland and over $4 billion in sales, which we're part of. But Bruker Industries is more than that. Bruker Industries makes equipment that improves people's lives. So if you look around, you'll see the equipment. Bruker Industries makes farming equipment, we make street cleaning equipment, we make machines that make bottles, and to many of us, most importantly, we make equipment that makes beer and wine. What does Bruker Hydraulics do? We're actually the only company that doesn't make machines. We make hydraulics, and those hydraulics make the machines work. They do the work. So when you take a look at the equipment that we have over here to the left, those are all machines run by hydraulics, and they're actually made using Bruker Hydraulics. Either made here, made in Newaygo, made in Elgin, or even made globally in one of our factories worldwide. So why are we here specifically celebrating a 100-year anniversary when Bruker Industries is that old? And the fact of the matter is when you go on the tour, you'll see the history of Bruker Hydraulics. The fact is, we're a bunch of acquired companies. Not a lot of companies that started on their own. And this business right here is actually the oldest of Bruker Hydraulics. Founded 167 years ago by Joseph Jacobois. It is the first and the real original company of all of Bruker Hydraulics globally. But it's enough that the company was founded here, is older. The reality is now we're part of Bruker Hydraulics. We're one company, we're global. So when you think about it, we're here in the United States and Canada. We also have factories in Germany, Switzerland, Italy, China, India. The fact is those were all acquired companies. Over time, and most recently, we realized the way for us to be the best company is not to be these individual companies everywhere, but to be one big company. And what we call that now is Big BH, Big Bruker Hydraulics. So this change in the company globally has really helped us grow our business, made it better for our customers, and in the end, makes it a brighter future for us. So when we look at Bruker Hydraulics here in North America, with the new Big BH view, Big Bruker Hydraulics, our future has never been brighter. And that bright future really relies on all of you, the employees, and your families. And the reason we're here today is to celebrate 100 years, but even most importantly, to say thank you to all of you. Thank you for everything you do and everything you do for the company. So with that, I'd like to turn the stage over to Peter Minder. He's the CFO of Bucher Hydraulics globally, everybody. So in other words, he's the CFO of Big BH.
Thank you, Will. So, good morning, everybody. Dear employees, dear guests, dear friends, it's really an honor for me and a pleasure to be here in Grand Rapids to join you in celebrating this 100-year celebration of Bucher Hydraulics. It's a significant achievement for any company to survive a century of business, and I congratulate you all for this impressive achievement. In order to do so, I need to change my jacket because this is not really 100 years like of a jacket, right? So, Bill, can you hold that for me? And I just put on a 100-year Bucher Hydraulics. Easy, look at that. Hey friends, you have the same thing, so I'm going to join you on this one. Alright, so try to imagine briefly what the situation was 100 years ago in 1923 when Bucher Hydraulics was founded in Germany. Like last year, 1923 was a year of high inflation. Here in the US, the inflation in 22 was around 7%, after already have risen 7% in 21. Does anybody here in this tent knows how much the inflation was in Germany in 1923? Any guesses? 20%? Some more? Actually, in November 1923, the monthly inflation was reported to be around 29,500%. So meaning you're going for dinner and the price of the dinner is doubling while you're eating the dinner. So imagine that. At the apex of the hyperinflationary cycle in November 1923, 4.3 trillion German marks equals the worth of $1 US. 4.3 trillion, so a huge number. The rapid decline of the currency actually stumped the nation and left deep scars, causing widespread poverty and financial instability. The German government eventually took measures to stabilize the currency and curb the inflation. But the damage was done and the country struggled for several years. Despite these almost infinite difficulties, Bucher Hydraulics has survived. Over the last 100 years, the company has undergone an impressive evolution. From humble beginnings as a small company manufacturing hydraulic components, which are under difficult circumstances, which are almost unimaginable today, it has become a major player in the industry. The company is celebrating its 100-year birthday this year and employs over 3,000 people around the world, as Bill mentioned, from Japan to China, India, Europe, and North and South America. I think we can all acknowledge that this is not a coincidence. The company's success is based on hard and tireless work, innovation and dedication of everybody who has worked at Bucher Hydraulics and those who still will be working with Bucher Hydraulics. You are all part of this 100-year history. You have all made a longer or shorter contribution so we can celebrate the anniversary today. Without your tireless work and dedication and commitment to the company, we would not have had the success we're having today. With this story of Bucher Hydraulics, the location here in Grand Rapids actually plays an important role. In certain aspects, even a unique role. Why? In late '07, Buch Hydraulics acquired Monarch Hydraulics Grand Rapids, which was supposed to fit perfectly into the strategy of Buch Hydraulics to enhance its global competitiveness by establishing strong engineering and manufacturing base here in North America. Unfortunately, the acquisition got off to a rocky start, as it was just at the beginning of the financial crisis. It was actually the most serious financial crisis since the Great Depression in 1929. Needless to say, the site here in Grand Rapids was not profitable in the first year. It actually reported a loss of $26 million US. So a huge amount. Today, more than 15 years later, the sales actually have tripled and the employees more than doubled, contributing now significantly to the numbers of Buch Hydraulics worldwide. Of course, it is also important to look into the future. We all know that the business world is evolving and change is inevitable. But I'm sure that Buch Hydraulics will continue to play an important role in the industry over the next 50 to 100 years. I'm not sure if I'm going to see that by myself, but some of you probably will. In the past, the company has always been successful adapting to changing market conditions and mastered many challenges. I'm sure this will also be the case in the future. The site here in Grand Rapids is also going to be part of this future. And as Bill said, we all must accept that we can only be successfully mastering the challenges in the future together as Buch Hydraulics worldwide. A site as lone wolf is not going to be surviving. Before I end my speech, I actually would like to read a short poem about Buch Hydraulics. So you might think, what is that, a poem? This is something from the past. Actually, I can assure you that this poem is something very, very from this world right now. It's written not by myself, but it's written by ChatGPT. So I'm sure some of you people already know ChatGPT. So let me tell you the poem which ChatGPT wrote me about Buch Hydraulics. In a world of power and flow, a century ago, seeds did snow, it's so. Buch Hydraulics emerged to stand a leader in the realm of motion's hand. 100 years have come to pass, a journey of innovation built to last. From humble beginnings, they did rise with hydraulic prowess that touched the skies. In 2007, a chapter new, a tale of growth, a vision true. Monarch Hydraulics joined the fold, the legacy combined, stories told. Two giants merged, a synergy found, bound by a common hydraulic ground. Buch's reach expanded far and wide, Monarch's strengths now by their side. Constant power units, they did craft with precision and skill. Their path was mapped from factories to fields. Their impact spread, enabling machinery to forge ahead. Through decades of change, they held their ground, innovating, evolving, always unbound. 100 years of Buch's might, with Monarch's acquisition shining bright. So here's to the years that have passed by, a toast to the journey reaching high. Buch and Monarch, a table to tell, a hydraulic symphony that weaves so well. So ChatGPT wrote that. Thanks for AI. So finally, I would like to congratulate you once again on this significant anniversary, 100 years of Buch Hydraulics, 167 years of Monarch Hydraulics / Buch, and 15 years of Grand Rapids being part of the Buch family. It's a great achievement, and I wish the company and the site here all the best for the next 100 years. Let us work together, ensure that the company continues to succeed and develop in the future. Thank you very much.
Whoa. Alright, hello everyone, I'm Adam McNeil, for those who don't know. Also would like to thank everybody for coming out here tonight. They're coming to the celebration to celebrate with us. As some of you know, Booker did a really cool thing for this anniversary. They brought in employees. I really enjoyed speaking with all of them. And trust me, I didn't have to actually speak with every one of them. I spoke to them about their lives and what they do for Booker. And what I learned is Booker has a lot of amazing employees worldwide. Alright, now I'm going to introduce you to Tammy Booker.
To have the opportunity to take part in the trip from the scenic mountains and the streets in Switzerland to Booker's Academy campus, the team building experience our team won. Visiting and trying the brewery and beers that was served at the palace where King Charles was announced. To Bill Parks, fun fact of the day, surviving the car rides. It couldn't have ended better than with the 100-year celebration and an amazing drone light show.
Memorable time for me. I had a fabulous time. I enjoyed every moment that I was there. The best was the people I met, the friends I made, different countries. I enjoyed each and every one of them, meeting them, getting to know their culture, getting to know about them. So it was a fabulous time. Now I'm over to Mike.
Thank you, Terry. What I can say is we had an extraordinary trip, and a lot of the stuff that people don't know about is that we had a great time because of Bill and Florence. What they did for us, it was a great time. A couple different things that I can say that I really enjoyed was the Lion Ball tour, and basically that I got to meet people around the world that I trade emails with every day. It's a great thing to put faces to emails. The highlight of my trip, actually. But it was all in all a great time for all of us. And I'll turn it over to Tom.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott. So every moment I spend in the world, it's so much enjoyable. Every place I went, I'm gonna keep all that in my memory. I so much enjoy it all. My team and all, everybody I can talk to. So now, I would like to everybody have a good day and enjoy the party together.
So if everybody would look over to the stage left here, we have a lot of our photos that we had on the trip. You can kind of see all the fun that we had in our trip to Germany. Just take a moment for people to glance over there and have a look. While everybody's enjoying the photos, as a group, we'd like to thank some people for making this trip what it was for us, the delegates. We have Kati here. She helped us with the presentation, the pictures, and all the technical things in the background. We would also like to thank Susan. She did a lot of big things behind the scenes that led up to be a lot. Where you at, Susan? You're out there somewhere, right? We'd also like to give a big thanks to David, Chuck, and Christian. They did a really good job at helping us around the airports and answering any questions we had or had. So let's give them a big round of applause. We'd also like to thank Bill and Florence for being great chaperones and some amazing driving. I'll give them that. just added this one up. So I want to thank all these guys for being great trip companions. We didn't know any of each other really before this trip started. So it's been all of them. And then lastly, we'd like to thank the President inauguration. You'll be there for that. All current and former employees, because without all of you, this wouldn't even happen. So thank you guys for all your hard work. And feel free to stop any of us wearing these jerseys when we're on a trip. I know there's some people that didn't go on a trip wearing them, but feel free to ask us anything about the trip. We have a lot of cool and interesting stories. So thank you again, and I'm going to give you back to Bill.
cost-effective unit to sell to some customers that are looking for a little bit, not quite as capable in their buying offshore other locations. We're trying to offer a better product. But you have to be cost competitive. Again, we're buying components in higher volume. So this is kind of, we'll see some more assembly line, but this is a start where we start to build them, and as we work down the line, we add new products off. So this is kind of what it looks like here. We get plastic tank, metal binder, a base, and an electric motor. This is kind of a simple unit. This is kind of a push button for your dump trailer. Push your button, raise it up, hit the other button, and let it drop down.
No, we just ate. all working at the company, what they enjoy about our facilities, and the way we handle people, and the whole mentality of the company.
Engineering, manufacturing, and everybody that
Here we have our R&D facility. Once you guys come out, stick your head there and take a look. We do a lot of research and development. We do benchmarking of our competitors' products to see how our quality stands up against our competition. We do product development. You see a snowplow unit in there on the corners of the glass. That's something we do some testing. There's product running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We run it till it dies, if you will. We take it apart, we look it over, trying to find out what we can do better, what we can improve. We test many other things in the lab right here, but it's all done here. It's kind of scientists, if you will. Not necessarily wearing white lab coats, but they're really digging into metallurgy and product development, and again, life cycle testing is predominantly what they're doing here. And as we walk through these racks here, you have inventory. They can be moved across the aisle and be assembled. So we start the product. If you look at the machines, and the first couple of vices you see are we call the base. They get clamped up. We call it the gutting station. We put the guts in the base. Relief valves, two-way valves, three-way valves, check valves, whatever the design requires, they're installed here. The next step, if you look at the next station down, we put the pump on the base. The next station, we put the suction tube and the strainer, whatever the configuration needs to be. Then the electric motor gets assembled. It gets put into a test rack and you're dipped into oil. We suck up oil, run the circuit as it would in the actual customer's application. Every number is serialized. We record the test data, kept on hand forever. Moves down the bench, gets cleaned up, wiped off, put a tank on, maybe a label or whatever's necessary, gets put in the box and shipped out the door. We'll go around the back slide and we'll see kind of what happens at the end. Here we have some motors that we're kind of pre-assembled just down here. We buy the motors outside, we buy the solenoids, we assemble them together in whatever configuration is needed. A lift gate of a back of could be a semi, a box truck, whatever the case may be, but that's a very common unit. We manufacture the units for the largest lift gate company in the world. They provide the most units worldwide. Now these lines are very similar. They're a little bit dialed into maybe kind of a specific thing, or maybe work a little better with a particular type of circuitry, but pretty much all these lines can all run the same products. Here you have another example for a dock leveler. So most of our products are mobile height. Semi pulls up to a shipping dock and you have a metal thing comes out and it drops on the semi so you can drive a high-low on the factory on the semi and pick up product and bring it back out again. So when you can imagine when Amazon starts building all these warehouses around, some of these large warehouses might have 100 shipping docks. Well, that'd be 100 of these power units would go in that one warehouse. We do some small manifold buildings and things over on this side. We pack some parts, so we sell the finished unit, but often people need to buy repair parts. So we pull, small motors and valves and manifolds. We just kind of package them here and ship them out. This is the end of a couple of our Sunder lines where we came in. So again, it starts at the far end there. And here we have some product shipped in the box waiting to go out the door here. This will be a bulk pack. We have kind of all that go together on a skid box. The box is over there, an individual pack. It just depends on whatever the needs of the customer are. On the right-hand side of the aisle, you see a lot of steel tanks. Steel is used quite often if it's in a harsh environment where plastic wouldn't get the job done. So steel, or maybe a low volume where they can't afford to tool up a plastic die to make the tank, so it can still be out of steel. So let you convert everybody over plastic. It was less costly and it does a remarkable job, but it still does have its limitations. You see a lot of steel tanks. These last two lines on the end, very small volume. You could have jobs going through 1 or 2 pieces. That's all it is. Our average order size through all of our lines is about 24 pieces. We have some runs, 200 or 300. We have at this end of the facility as eyeballs. It could be just one or two pieces. If you look at this cart right here, this unit right here is very similar to the units that we saw coming in the door. There's not a handle on here, but the handle screws in here. It's just a manual shifted valve, so kind of like the same product. We still do a similar thing today that we did over 100 years ago. With some more inventory storage back over there. Now when we test our units, we need a fresh oil supply. So back there is our oil conditioning unit. It filters the oil multiple times. It keeps the oil cool. It gets pumped out. It brings oil into the rack itself. We have some finished product here that go on companies that make big green tractors. There's some sectional valves there. Some of those come out of Germany. We assemble them up with the particular configurations here. It's a little bit different flavor. We do machine completely and assemble and test in Nuevo. They go out and be painted. They come back here. We'll walk up the station. We do a little bit more work with those here. What you see on the right, all these boxes that are shrunk wrapped and ready to go out the door. These are finished goods waiting to be picked up and shipped out to our customers. All this cool plastic wrapping you see around these boxes, it'd be quite a task to do that manually. So we set on top of this turntable, then they go pull out that plastic, wrap around that thing. Test that. They actually did get tested and work properly from the Nuevo. Just in case they miss something or product skips a step or what have you, we do not like them to get to the customer and guys pull the lever on the tractor. Now this bucket's not going now. Someone's going to get upset with that. So we do one more check here before they go out the door. Scan everything in, gets boxed up and shipped out of here. And poke your head here.